Dear students, I hope that you all are safe at your home and enthusiastic towards your studies. Today, we will study chapter Fiber to Fabric of class 7. Dear students, let's see what we have learned earlier. How clothes are formed. What are the sources of fibers? How fibers are used to make threads and what this process is called. So students, now let's see what we are going to study in this lesson. Wool and wool yielding animals, silk and silk yielding animal, types of fibers. So children, let's start the chapter. Let's see from where we get wool. Some wool yielding animals are sheep, goat, yak, llama, camel, and alpaca. So students, now we will study that how sheep are reared. We rear sheep to get wool. Their hair or fleece is cut and processed into wool. To get better quality of wool, the sheep are specially chosen. The process of selecting parent sheep for obtaining special characteristics is called selective breeding. Rearing of sheep. Children, now we will understand about rearing of sheep. Sheep are reared in many parts of India for getting wool, like in Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, and some hilly areas of Sikkim. Now children, we are going to discuss about the food of sheep. As we know, sheep are herbivorous and prefer to eat grass and leaves. But they are also fed with mixture of pulses, corn, jowar, oil cakes, and dry fodder. Now children, let's see some Indian breeds of sheep. These are the names of some Indian breeds of sheep. First of all, Rampur Bushehr, from which we get brown fleece. It is found in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. Second one is Nali or Nali in Rajasthan, Haryana, and Punjab. Third breed is Bakharwal. It is found in Jammu and Kashmir. fourth breed is Marwari. It is found in Gujarat. And the fifth breed is Patanwadi. It is found in Gujarat. Dear students, now let's see how we obtain wool from fibers of sheep. We know that the wool is obtained from the sheep by a long process which includes many steps. The first step is shearing. The process of removing hair from the body of sheep in the form of fleece is called shearing. The hair of sheep are cut off by using a cutting machine similar to that used by barbers. The shearing or cutting of hair of sheep is done in the hot weather of summers so that they can survive without their protective coat of hair. Shearing does not hurt the sheep because the uppermost layer of skin of sheep is dead. Like when we cut our nails or hair, that does not hurt us. The hair of sheep grow again just as our nails or hair do. The sheared hair of sheep contain dust, dried sweat, and grease. So, the fleece must be cleaned before it can be processed into wool yarn. The fleece of sheep is thoroughly cleaned by washing with soap, detergents, and a lot of water in tanks. The process of washing the fleece is called scouring. After scouring, sorting is done where the fleece of sheep is separated into sections according to quality of woolen fibers. The small fluffy fibers called burrs are picked out from the hair. These are the same burrs which sometimes appear on your sweaters. After sorting, the fibers can be dyed in different colors because the natural fleece of sheep is white, brown, or black in color. At last, fibers are straightened, combed, and rolled into yarns, which is called wool, which is used for knitting sweaters, etc. Okay, students, now we will study about silk and silkworm. So let's watch how silkworms make silk fibers. The life cycle of silkworm starts when female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs, from which larvae hatch, which are called caterpillar or silkworm. These caterpillars eat mulberry leaves day and night and grow big in size and then enter into their next stage of life, which is called pupa. Pupa weave a net around itself, which holds it properly. The net is made up of protein, which hardens on exposure to air and become silk fiber. Caterpillar completely covers itself with this net, which is now called cocoon. The further development of silkworm into moth continues inside the cocoon. After that, pupa enters to next stage and finally comes out from it in the form of moth. In this way, the life cycle of silkworm moves on continuously. Dear children, now we will study about different types of fibers. As we all know that clothes are made up of threads and threads are made up of different fibers. Do you know how many types of fibers are there? Yes, fibers are mainly of two types. First, natural fibers and second, synthetic fibers. But how can we differentiate between natural and synthetic fibers? For this, let's do an activity so that we are able to recognize natural and synthetic fibers. For this, we take two types of clothes made up of different types of fibers. The first cloth is made up of natural fiber like wool, silk or cotton. And second cloth is made up of synthetic fiber like nylon, rayon or polyester. Now we pull thin strands of threads from these clothes and burn them. At the time of burning, we smell the odor coming from the cloth. When we burn first fiber like wool, it starts burning easily. But we take it away from flame, it stops burning. Its smell is like of burning hair. After burning, the residue is a black ash-like substance. Now, let's burn another fiber from synthetic cloth. It is nylon. As we start burning, it shrinks from heat and melts and continue to burn. It smells like burning plastic. The residue is a hard cream or black colored bead which is hard and cannot be crushed. In this way, From this activity, we are able to understand that those fibers which smell like burning of hair on burning and residue is like ash-like substance are natural fibers, whereas those fibers which smells like burning of plastic on burning and residue is a hard black substance are synthetic fibers. This is because, as you all know, that plastic is a synthetic material. In this way, we can differentiate between natural and synthetic fibers. Now let's understand about some natural and synthetic fibers. Some examples of natural fibers are wool, silk, jute and cotton. Whereas some examples of synthetic fibers are nylon, rayon and polyester. Now let's see how silk fiber is obtained from cocoon. To obtain silk, silkworms are reared. The rearing of silkworms is called sericulture. The pile of cocoons are used for obtaining silk fiber. China has the largest silk production in the world. So students, now let's revise the chapter. Silk and wool are animal fibers. To obtain wool from sheep, main steps are shearing, scouring, sorting, dyeing and spinning. Silk fiber is made up of protein. The process of taking out silk fibers from the cocoon for use as silk is called reeling. Dear students, let's try to solve some questions. Question number 1. From where we obtain silk? Question number 2. Give one source of wool. Question number 3. Name the main states in India where wool yielding animals are reared. Question number 4. Give one example each of natural and synthetic fibers. So dear students, here our chapter completes. I hope you all have understood the chapter very well. So keep studying and be safe at your home. Thank you.